finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, soon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, you a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and they all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on the beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes, joke, don't look shattered like broke glass. I'ma shine till they blind, pour the blinds out. You online making threats, make them sign out. I redefine routes, we the ones Chris Webber calling time out. Around and find out, find out. Around and find out, find out. Around and find out. Got no respect for these dudes who doctor the message. The Jekyll on records, it's too late to hide out. Pull rank and file out. Peep it style, I'm a wild out. Shorty gon' holler out. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror and I thank God. Every morning, look in the mirror, salute a real one and I thank God he's so good. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror and I thank God. He's so good. He's so good. B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, soon baby girl I wear out of a stretcher. She be like, find out, find out.
You take a mortal man and put him in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll. Roll.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. This gets out to the 30. Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Roman Wilson wheels it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot. Yo. You are.
Now Jackson off the play action. Has a man downfield. This is Washington. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They get 27 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Lamar now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Lamar throwing again. That one connects. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, and yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he gets in, touchdown. The Steelers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Josh Downs to return it. Bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
The Colts take over first down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Trey Benson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Let's see what they went with. Third down.
Back. Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Williams coming in motion right.
Go.
Third and long for him here. Finds a man right side. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making a stop short like they did and bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
On the jump.
Down a score and taking a big risk on their own side here. They're lining up to try for this.
Here we go. Check. Cowboy 80. Check. Hurt. Ready.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. They connect on the deep shot. And he is down inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
19. Tap to 60. Tap to 60.
Benson on first and 10. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Ready. Hot 70. Hot 70. Follow 18.
They give on second to Benson. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. So now they're in the huddle, partner. We've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break.
First down.
Ready. Check.
Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive.
76. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
To throw, Richardson. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Here's second and 10 from the 21.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Now an inside give to Benson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
Let's go now. 19, 18. Lions. Ready?
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Going for it on 4th. Richardson. That one nabbed by Warren. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They kick the running back in motion.
18 Randall, 18 Randall.
From the red zone on 1st. Batted away at the line, incomplete. He didn't put it high enough to get it over that line. 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They give up the gun to Benson. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Offense in a hurry up here. Here's another for it. And this time he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts finish off their opening drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Baby on that rap and pay the bills. Now I'm fit it, not even a little bit. Oh, Lord, know yourself, know your worth.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Jackson, quick pass wide. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. So they gain 11 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Yo.
They run it from the gun with Wright. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. One after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. to send this away. Downs on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
On the check.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
First down pass. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey! What?
Designed run. Jackson keeping it. And he only picked up about 3 yards there before they got to him. It's 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Hey, middle. Hey, Alpha, it's hot. It's hot. Yo.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Javarius Ward picks it off. And the Colts will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that.
Very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So 2nd down coming up.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Throwing again here from the end zone. And this one is launched downfield. Ooh, it would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down.
Here we go. 19 Charger, 19, Mustang 19. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
From his end zone, 3rd and long. He's trying to go deep again. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out, how in the heck do we turn this around?
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th.
Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Richardson from his own end zone. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Backed up on their own goal line, Brock. A bit surprising to me that they decided to throw for it there.
Yeah, I think where they were at certainly played a role in that eventual interception. You know, coaches will say, play fast but never in a hurry. That sure felt hurried all the way along, and it led to that turnover.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Pistol snap to Jackson. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers double their lead to 14. Now Boswell on to send this away. Downs on the return. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. 1 minute, 58 seconds remaining in half number one, partner. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10.
Yep.
Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Get 22 out of that play. And it'll be first down Colts.
On the ball now.
Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. First down throw here from Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. Moving right. He's got it at the 30. All the way. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it, first and 10.
Ready. Get on. Ready. Get up.
Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. Hits the 20. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. Going after up is good from Boswell. And the Steelers double their lead to 14. Boswell on to send this away. Downs on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
On the set.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Let's go.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Man in motion, headed right. Now Richardson to throw. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Richardson now, 3rd and 2. Big strike here to Williams. And they're going to have it all the way down 25.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Richardson on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
At the 20-yard line.
70 Rangers.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick.
First and goal, Indianapolis.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll throw again, Richardson. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slant, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender, and when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away.
One last play before the break.
Come on. Hey. Gotta be lying.
The final throw before the break. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now Boswell on to send this away. Downs on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. He's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
18 Cardinal.
The give now to Benson. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Richardson back to throw. Taken in by Williams outright. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense to the line fast.
Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up
Going for it on fourth. Richardson. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
50% hit rate on fourth down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Hey, report!
This one left for Lamar. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
A gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Jackson, quick pass wide. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down throw for Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers push their lead further to start the half. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers stretch their lead to 21. Now Boswell on to send this away. Downs on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready, Lions. Panther 60. Ready,
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Give him 25 on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
To the air on this first down, Richardson. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down to the 8-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Colts who have the football. Given the score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Set. Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let go.
Here's Benson again. And this time he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts get it back to within 2 possessions. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts get it back to a 14-point game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. This one's set up for Lamar. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
One drawn up here for Lamar. And they'll still have some work to do now on 3rd down as he only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you could live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Jackson now on 3rd. It's caught by Wilson. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's 16 on the pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Wright running out of the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Hey, middle. Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Escapes a defender. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
In the red zone on 1st. Has it in close. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers stretch their lead to 21. Now Boswell on to send this away. Downs on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
19, Charger, 19.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Colts trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. A give left side to Benson. He'll have the 1st down and even more. Here he goes again. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Colts. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st down throw here from Richardson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Viking, 18. Panther 11. Trap 50, trap 60. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Man in motion here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
It's 2nd down.
7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 18, Pioneer.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Looking underneath here, Benson. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Now we'll get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. 3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Come on. Hey,
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Warriors, 70.
Running back sent in motion.
Street. Mustang 19.
Richardson on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Motion man sent left. Desperation time here. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
And
there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you've got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
19 Charger. Trap 60.
Back to the air, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing third and long.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And their fourth sack of the game, Brock, brings up fourth down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is fourth down.
Cowboys! 19 right. Check.
The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. And the Colts will try for 3. Out comes their field goal unit. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now on fourth down, they're out to try for the field goal. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. The distance, but headed well left. No good. And they continue to trail by 21. Well, Brock, the fans, all right. Here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
Just come outside for the night. Take your time, get your life.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm crazy.